Ooh. So, like I said, I'm sitting in the middle. Stacy is sitting sort of leaned back on like the chase part of the couch on her phone. Dana's sitting next to me and Brooke is sort of like over by the food and, it's friends and people moving around. So when she said that, like a couple people just turned around and was looking. And so Stacy was on her phone and she was like texting. She leaned up and she was like, what'd you just say? And so she gets so Dana's like, listen, sis, I know what you think you doing and what you think you getting away with, but I just want to tell you right now, all of that's about to stop today. And so she looks back at me. She grabs my chin, turns my chin towards her, and makes me look her in the face. And she's like, Tom, you need to trust me about everything I'm about to say over the next couple minutes. And it's going to sound crazy, but I've thought this out. And when you hear it, you're going to agree with me. I'm a little confused. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm confused because the situation is like so deep and I really don't. At this point, I can appreciate Dana's beauty, her brains and stuff like that, but I don't really know her at that point. Basically goes in, she's like, look, your friend over here is not your friend. And I'm like, what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? He's like, listen, he don't even like you for real. He literally hates you. I done known this dude since the 7th grade. What are you talking about? And she's like, Tom, ever since the first time I met you, I have been like drawn to you. I just personally feel like we are supposed to be together. And it sounds crazy because you really don't know me, but I know you. I remember like 3 years ago when you came and spoke at my son's school, and I have been drawn to you ever since. And I'm like, and I'm looking like at this point, game night done stopped. This done turned into like a love and hip hop moment. For real, for real. So everybody's sort of like staring at us while this is happening. So Stacy, she like, sis, you out of line. You know what I'm saying? You out of line. And she's like, girl, you out of line. And she's like, at this point, I'm like, what? I'm sitting there like boo-boo the fool at this point. And so she's like, Stacy, you are having sex with Tom and his friend. And I'm like, what? Hold on. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so Stacy, like, her eyes get like super big in her head, and she's like, bitch. And I'm looking at Brooke, and he like, and just drop his head, and I'm like, my G, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's popping? Tom, just focus on me right now. Just focus on me right now, because I'm definitely focused on you. Listen, ain't you messing with Brooke? You know what I'm saying? Da. And she was like, nah, see, I've been just a good wingman through this situation because I was just trying to figure out how to make a maneuver. I didn't touch him. We never did anything, da. And so I'm looking at dude like, nigga, you lying on your dick? And he just like, oh, she crazy. She wild. That's crazy. And so Dana goes in and she's just like, look, I would talk to him on the phone. We would hang out together, when we all were together, but I never kissed, touched, or anything with him. But he always would be talking, and he would talk the whole time, and he hates you. Like, literally hates the ground that you walk on. Every chance he gets, he points out all your imperfections. He points out how, he's envious of basically everything you do, everything you've accomplished in your life. Like, he is like a secret hater. Like, and I mean the worst form of it. And so Brooke, he's sort of like pissed at this time. And he like, bitch, shut up. You don't know nothing about me and my dog. This, and the third. So Dana's like, look, I'm just going to say this. I'm a computer programmer for NASA. Before y'all say anything else, I got proof. Stacy sits up and she's just like, look, babe, that ain't even what's happening right now. This, and the third. Now, in my head, to keep it a buck, Stacy and Brooke was more of a match than me and her was. Because he like on that kind of stuff. Like he deals with women like her. I don't. I really, she was a good time girl. I'm just going to keep it a buck. If he would have just said something, or, you know what I'm saying? Just any, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have to do what he did. They had been texting back and forth. They, end up hooking up. that's what I'll keep trying to tell you. Like, I don't go out like that. Like, I go out, for my events. I might go get some food, a nice restaurant, stuff like that. But like going to the club and like just hanging out, drinking all night, like I don't do that. See, he does that. She does that. So she, I guess in the meantime, in between time, that's what they have been doing together. Dana pulls up this screenshot and she starts showing me like all this stuff. Like he talking about me like a dog. He is like going in on me. And I'm like, fam, what's good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been dogs for a long time, like a long time. And so Dana, she started rubbing my back again. And cause I'm a little pissed at this point. Cause I'm like, my dude just done, betrayed me for a good time girl and been lying about a girl. You know what I'm saying? Just weird. Stacy sort of get a little animated. She stands up and she starts saying like, you know what I'm saying? You've been plotting on it. You've been doing this and the third. And so Dana's just like, look, Tom, I admit, you know what I'm saying? I should have said something sooner, but it's kind of like we stepped into a murky situation. But I just said to myself the other day, I was like, I'm not going to let this chance pass me by because I've been drawn to this man for so long. And I feel like this is my only opportunity to really, make an impact. In my head, I'm just like, this is just like strange. Now, it's more people there. Everybody hearing what everybody like, ooh, oh, ooh. You know what I'm saying? All these reactions and stuff like that is going on. But in my head, I'm just like, my dog for 30 plus years then betrayed me, ain't been my dog. So other situations start to pop up from the past. Like, he was always like a dry hater. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got that car, but you ain't get the new one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got a 2020. It's 2023 though. You crazy. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that. But he also been super solid over this time span. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like a blow, a real blow. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, it's like, oh girl, I mean, don't get me wrong. She wasn't my chick. I wasn't like tripping over Stacy, but it was just more so the conspiracy between the two of them. So I was just like, man, let me go upstairs real quick. I'm gonna get myself together. So when I go upstairs, maybe a couple minutes later, like Brooke and Stacy just leave, right? And they leave together. Dana comes upstairs and she's just like, listen, baby, I understand. Like she is bought into like, yeah, this is my dude, this is my man. I'm gonna do whatever I can to make this work between me and him. So she's just like, listen, I know this is crazy. I know this is not normal, but I also know two capable people can make something work through all this confusion. Now, in my head, I'm not really trying to start a relationship at this point. You know what I'm saying? I just had this whole situation happen in real time. So she's like, rubbing my back and this and the third and just trying to console me at this point. And she was like, look, why don't I go downstairs, wrap everything up with everybody, and we can talk a little bit later about all of this. Now, it was probably about 10:30, 11. And so she went downstairs, got everybody out the house, started cleaning up, came back upstairs, and we talked. And she just, honestly, she knew a lot about me. Like, she did research. I don't know, but she knew stuff that I didn't think a person was supposed to know that you ain't really talk to all like that. So we had a really good conversation till about 4 a.m. And I told her, I was like, look, I'm not trying to like jump into nothing based upon this crazy situation. And she was like, I totally get that. But I'm telling you right now, you're the only person I'm focused on right now. And that's it. And I know this is crazy, but I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this work. And so I was like, okay, respect. I give you that. And so she left. And, over the next couple weeks, we sort of, started talking or whatever. Now, my friend, he pops up at the crib maybe like 2 or 3 days later. And he like, look, fam, man, I was out of line. I was this, and the third. We've been dogs so long. And I'm like, bro, I don't think I ever look at you the same, right? Because it's like, my guy, like, you basically, the thing is, you told all of this to a woman you barely even knew, right? Just hating on me, like voluntarily. So ain't no telling what you've been doing the last 30 years. I don't think we'd ever be cool like we was again. And so my dude, he was just like, man, I get that, fam, but man, like, you like my brother for real. Like, I get it, and brothers, make mistakes and, all this stuff. And I was just like, bro, look, I'm gonna need some time, but I'm just gonna keep it a buck. We'll never be like we was. Because when a person betray you so deeply that and so voluntarily, like you did that out of no aggression, no prying, nothing. You just wanted to impress a person by talking bad about me. And you did it with a smile. You see what I'm saying, fam? Like, how do you recover from that? That situation hurt me. So, make a long story short, me and Dana started dating. And Dana, for all estimates, was probably one of the best girlfriends I've ever had. But she had this one problem. Catch me in part 3. Yeah. Ugh, yeah.